So we're talking about the 8 million stories and the miseducation in me. Just like a lot of people that come from suburban America, you envy people that have stories that are different than yours. Whether they're street or whether they're just wealthy, right? I was a Main Street suburban kid, son of a military, right? So I envied both ways. I envied the people that lived in big mansions because there were big mansions in my city. I just didn't live in them. They were in this neighborhood called the Boulevards. That's just what people called them. But also on the other end of the town, they're not even called there's even huger mansions than that, and they're called the estates. Something estates. They had like in-ground pools, like huge mansions. And some of those guys, like I knew them because we played on the same baseball team. They'd be like, yo, come over to the house. You could come over and I'd be like in their house just chilling. Like, and their fathers weren't like athletes or musicians. They were doctors and lawyers.
Alright, this is Soft Eyes. This is another fictional one right here. Written by Cornelio Jr. Alright, Soft Eyes goes a little something like this. 1 million stories, Prince Rahu rap. Miseducation. Alright. She was counting down the cash register. She was counting down the cash register at the bar after a long night in an obscure town in New Jersey. Some guy stumbled in the door saying he had to use the bathroom, so she let him in. Right then, the bouncer came in from the kitchen like, who the hell came in the front door when we supposed to be closing? She said some dude could not hold it, so I let him use our toilet. Right then, the guy burst out with a cannon in his hand saying, empty the fucking register. Without hesitating, Soft Eyes put a hottie in his chest. Without hesitating, Soft Eyes put a hottie in the middle of his chest. The bouncer almost shit himself and said, what the fuck? What the fuck? You should have given him the money. I think he's dead. So call the police, she said cold-heartedly. So they agreed to call the police as they waited outside for the police to come. When the cops arrived, they said, whose body is it? The bouncer explained they were about to be robbed, so she plugged the unlucky bastard. You're going to have to come to the station with us to answer some questions, the officer said. She cuffed up and they got in the back of the car and they got to the jail, and the superior officer said, you are looking more and more like your mother every day. She said, how do you know I am? I've been watching you for a long time, he responded. Do you have a lawyer or anyone I should call? Yeah, my uncle, she said. He gave her a minute to make one call. She called. No answer. He took her to her cell and said, I will give you a chance to make another call in the morning. In the middle of the night, she had a nightmare of the incident repeating. She couldn't sleep all night. The next day, a guard came to her cell and gave her the news. Her mother died, and she was going to live with her grandmother in Miami. She spent 5 months in lockup, and on the 6th month, she was transferred to a psychiatric unit because gang members affiliated with the guy who robbed the bar that night were looking for her to kill her in jail. So her uncle thought it was safer to have her transferred to the psych unit, where he picked her up and drove her to the airport to fly to Miami to meet with her cousins and her grandmother, the mother of Madonna, street queen of Black Attire Mafia, who went by the name of Hennessy because her husband used to drink Hennessy and beat her when he was drunk. On the plane, young Henny, the female, soft eyes, blacked out and forgot about all of it and woke up in her grandma's bed in a pair of new pajamas with her hair braided in cornrows and the family's butler and maids asking her what she would like for breakfast. "Where is Grandma?" she said. "Your grandma is at the hotel which was left in charge of her by her father, who moved to Miami from Jamaica in the early 1920s and will return after she settles your position at the family's company with the other partners. Right now, we're going to have to give you a different name. We can't have people thinking you are your grandma. Besides, no one calls her Hennessy anymore, and you are too old and professional for a name like that. What would you like us to call you? We should call her Soft Eyes." "Nah, let's just call her Sophia." "Sophia it is. Soft Eyes Sophia Hamilton. You will be a success. You will make the family so proud. Get some sleep, Soft Eyes. You have a lot to get used to down here. You ain't in New Jersey anymore, Candy Girl." The next day, she was walking down Ocean Drive with her boyfriend, The next day, she was walking down Ocean Drive with her bodyguard, Bunto. Bunto was an extremely scary-looking man who had put many men to sleep with his bare hands after he retired from the Jamaican army in the 1960s. "Where would you like to go this morning, Miss Sophia?" "I don't know," she said. "What is there to look at down here?" Trying to play off the eye candy her mouth was watering at as she gazed at every hunk coming off the beach. "Well, there is this mansion owned by an Italian man by the name of Versace." "Oh, Gianni Versace. Yes, I've heard of this man." "I would love to see it. Where is this located?" "It is only a few blocks away." "Cool." "I'm so excited. Will I get to meet him?" "Yes, my dear, but not today. We shall arrange for your grandmother and you to meet with him and possibly have dinner at their mansion, which I am about to show you. Is that it there?" "Yup." "Wow. It is so beautiful. Can we go inside?" "Not just yet, my dear. In a short while, you will. Mr. Versace is a very busy businessman, but we don't want to be troubling him at this hour. How about something to eat?" "Sure." Fast forward to the middle of the book. Sophia is walking with her puppy on the lawn across from Versace's mansion, bringing food to the homeless, as she usually does, when she meets a young man who called himself Fresh. Fresh was an R&B singer from Chicago who came to Miami to be discovered, but wound up homeless when he ran out of money. When Fresh met Sophia, Soft Eyes, he was under the influence that Sophia, Soft Eyes, was homeless because she brought a blanket and she dressed down like a regular, but she normally did this to not grab any unneeded attention. They wound up spending the night with each other under the stars, and Sophia explained to Fresh the history of the Versace mansion and the relevance of his family in Miami. The next day, Sophia, Soft Eyes, told him that she would get him a new pair of shoes because the odor of his shoes were unbearable. He thought she had stolen them because she went into store after store buying him 2 pairs of the freshest shoes or sneakers, in a few designer outfits, but he never saw her give the cashier money. Come to find out, she had so much money. She was so paid, she had a tab in each store, allowing her to walk in and grab whatever she want and pay it later. "You look good, babe," she said. "I want to go out tonight, but your neck looks bare. Would you like a chain? Are you going to get anything for yourself?" "I'm good," she said. "I got to take care of my baby." So they went, and she got him an amulet of a golden gun with 3 diamonds on each side of the handle. And he took it and placed it on the diamond chain that he had brought with him from Chi-Town. She also got him a ring that was 3 layers, and on it said love. Now his outfit was complete, and she was looking pretty normal in comparison to him, but this is just what she preferred. "Do you want me to get you something?" She said no, "I'm good." But she was only testing him to see if he would get her something anyway. But he was broke at the time and was looking for a job. Everywhere they went, the fellas would compliment Fresh on his chain, his diamond chain with the amulet with the golden gun, asking him if he wanted to sell it, but he kept refusing. One night while eating out, she said that the snake of the night is coming, and he is going to be fierce and decimate everything and everyone on the beach. Fresh being afraid of snakes thought she was talking about a real snake, and was kind of paranoid about it, but not just annoyed at the fact that she kept bringing it up. In actuality, Sophia, Soft Eyes, was talking about a man that she knew she would be unable to resist, and the effect that he would have on the females on the beach, and the terror he would strike in the hearts of the men who were there, who were unable to compete with his stealth, cunning presence. While they were on the beach that night, she opened up and said there was a man that she had met that had tons of money who wanted to go on a date with her. "Do you mind?" she asked Fresh. "What is he going to give me?" he said. "I would make sure he get you something in return," he said. She said, "Okay." He said, "Okay. But I want to meet him." So they both went to meet him, and the guy looked like a vampire. So he referred to him as Mont Dracula. Mont Dracula, in actuality, was a cocaine kingpin who swam in keys of the shit and still had plenty to hand out. So Mont Dracula gave Fresh a few grams of bud, but because he was too afraid of the consequences to accept anything but bud, he left Soft Eyes with him. So, okay, this is Soft Eyes continue. This is all fictional, just for your information. So Fresh kissed Sophia and bid her adieu for now. "Are you ready, young Fresh?" Bunto asked. This is just chapters later. "Yes, I am," he replied. So they hopped into Bunto's truck and headed to the gun range. When they got there, Fresh was amazed at how packed it was. Shooters from all walks of life. "I never could see myself learning to use one of these," Fresh said. "Well, today you're going to learn," Bunto responded. The first thing they did was put on some earmuffs to protect their ears from the sounds of the rounds after they were ID'd and they went through evaluation. Afterwards, Bunto instructed him how to shoot, and they practiced for hours. When Fresh became tired, they decided they had enough for the day, and they would go grab a burger before heading back to the hotel to meet Soft Eyes, Sophia, and the fam. When they got there, Fresh decided to shower up and surprise Sophia, Soft Eyes, with a bouquet of roses he got on the way back. "Aw, these are so nice," she said after she walked through the door to sit down for a minute to catch her breath from a long day. I got another surprise for you, Fresh said. What is it? She asked. Close your eyes. He then blindfolded her and grabbed her hand gently and walked her out to the limo. They both got in and sat in the back together until they arrived at a private location on the beach where a man was holding onto the reins of 2 white horses. Okay, you can uncover your eyes now. Oh my God, Fresh, I love you, baby. Thank you, sweetie. They're amazing. The man holding the reins helped them both on their horses and gave them a brief tutorial before they took off riding their horses down the beach. You never told me you knew how to ride, Fresh said. You either, Sophia Soft Eyes responded. They raced back to where the man was, then returned the horses, after which they took a walk down the beach until they found a spot to chill and open a bottle of wine. I have something to confess to you, Soft Eyes said. What's up? Fresh said. When I was back in New Jersey, I used to be a bartender. So this is the continuation of Soft Eyes. This is Soft Eyes, written by Aarao Cornelio Jr. Where we at? So where we're at. When I was back in New Jersey, I used to be a bartender. Yeah, you told me, Fresh said. There was a man who tried to rob the bar and I shot him, Sophia said. Sophia Soft Eyes said. I did some time up there before I came down here to live with my grandma to start over after my mom died. Wow, that's crazy, Fresh said. Don't worry, I'm not here to judge you. My life wasn't so sweet in Chicago either, Fresh said. Oh yeah? Sophia Soft Eye responded. How so? Well, before I started singing, I used to work at a chop shop on the south side. I used to get into a lot of trouble back then. We made things change. What made things change? Sophia Soft Eyes asked. I found music. Then I came here and I found you. Aw, that's so sweet. Just then, Soft Eyes, Sophia, cell phone rang. It's Bunto, she said. What happened? Fresh asked. Someone set the hotel on fire. Is everyone okay? We gotta go. My grandmother is in the hospital. Right then, they quickly rushed to the hospital, but by then it was too late. Sophia's grandma died. Who did this, Bunto? I don't know, Madam Soft Eyes. It's believed that the rival crew who uses the hotel across the street as a front for their street activity tried to sabotage the family because your grandma was going to buy out their hotel to expand the business. No, Soft Eyes screamed. Sophia screamed. Fresh tried to console her, but she broke free and hopped in the car and head back to the hotel. They won a war, they got one. By the time she got to the hotel, the fire department had put out the fire and left. There was a slight damage more to the front. So she climbed in the back window and headed straight to the room where the gun cabinet was. Right then, Fresh and Bunto rushed in. Sophia, you don't have to do this, Fresh said. Bunto, stay here and guard the hotel. Soft Eyes said, Fresh, you can stay and come. You could stay or come, but this is personal. Do not get in my way. She grabbed some automatic rifles, some handguns, and a bag full of clips. Fresh was so scared he pissed himself. By that time, Sophia Soft Eyes had got in her car and headed across the street to the hotel where the rival crew was and ran the car right into the front window. That's when 3 big goons came out loaded to the teeth and started bucking at her. She unloaded her clip and dropped them like flies and proceeded to walk into the hotel, laying everybody down who came in her path. After clearing the first floor, she took the elevator to the second floor, where she began dropping more goons like a sack of potatoes. Eventually, she got to the room where the boss was, and she said, "Why did you do it, man? Oh, did you think I was going to let you Jamaicans take over the hotel industry without a fight? Huh? You should have never came to Miami, Madam Sophia, Soft Eyes. It's Soft Eyes, motherfucker. Eat lead, bitch." Just as she was about to unload, a goon walked in with a gun to Fresh's head. "Sophia, Soft Eyes, forget about me. Just let these motherfuckers have it," Fresh said. "I got one better for you. Say, eh? Huh?" Just then, she put a hot one in between the goon's eyes, and Fresh ran in the corner and hid. The sound of sirens were getting closer and closer until she could see the hotel surrounded by at least 100 police squad cars. "You know this is it, right?" "Yeah." "Throw me a gun," Fresh said. "I will stall them. You go get the boss. You ain't got to tell me twice." So she ran after the boss and found them hiding in the bathroom. You know they say revenge is a motherfucker, right? She found some gasoline in her car trunk and locked the bathroom, setting the man on fire. "Come out with your hands up," the police said. "Over my dead body," Soft Eyes said. "Okay," the chief responded. Then they rammed the door open and rushed in and arrested her. "I love you, Fresh," she screamed as they put her in the car. "Don't worry, babe. I'm going to take care of everything." In the court, the judge sentenced her to life with no chance of parole. 9 months later, she gave birth to a baby boy she named Chicago, or Chi-Town, after her baby father, Fresh. And Fresh promised to take care of the baby and raise him in Jamaica, where he spent the rest of the days where they spent the rest of their days. Fresh.